Music, an auditory form of art with the power to change your mood, your memory, and more in a 2 to 4 minute period through the cultural heritage of world music, the community storytelling of folk, the spiritual devotion of religious music, the elegance of traditional music, the structure of classical music, the heartache of blues, the narrative of country, the improvisation of jazz, the groove of R&B, the rebellion of rock, the expression of soul, the catchiness of pop, the political rhythms of reggae, the unyielding power of funk, the technological futurism of electronic, the celebration of disco, or the lyrical poetry of hip-hop. But what are the W's of music? Well, plug in and let's explore.
What?
Extrinsically, music is a type of art. Intrinsically, music is a noun defined as the science or art of ordering tones or sounds in succession and combination and in temporal relationships to produce a composition having unity and continuity.
Way.
Music is structured and delivered through elements of rhythm, meaning the pattern and duration of notes and silences, melody, forming a recognizable line or theme via the succession of notes, harmony, the sound created by the simultaneous combination of multiple pitches, timbre, the unique and distinguishable sound of different instruments, dynamics, the variation of softness or loudness within a piece of music, form, the outlining structure or organization of a musical piece, and texture, the combination and variation of said elements into a single piece of music.
Why?
Music is shown to aid in emotional regulation via comfort, joy, and solace. It engages the brain's reward system, releasing dopamine while reducing stress and anxiety and enhancing memory, attention, and more. It also allows individuals a form of self-expression for feelings or ideas that could be difficult to translate into words.
When, where, who?
Each genre has its own subgenres, totaling over 500 types, so to cover the big genres that others branch off from,
World.
a broad category emerging from marketing and retail terms to sell non-English music to various cultures from across the globe, also containing Latin music and other types of culture-specific genres.
Religious.
Characterized as compositions to express belief, praise a deity, or engage in prayer, via a form also called gospel music, worship music, or hymns.
Folk.
Characterized by acoustic instruments, community-based lyrics, and simplicity in its composition, originating in times when folks made music, also referred to as roots music, bluegrass, or sea shanties.
Tradition.
Characterized by complex instrumentation represented in the form of a symphony, representing community-based cultural expression originating around the year 801. Traditional music encompasses world music, folk music, and religious music within it.
Traditional world religious folk.
If these are more of a conceptual category unique to each culture, traditional, world, religious, and folk music have no specific founding people, culture, or time. Maybe 43,000 BCE when music originated in the caves of Germany?
1730 to 1820. Classical.
Characterized as highly structured, graceful, elegant melodies from an orchestra of instruments, the piano being central. Originating in Western Europe during the medieval and Renaissance periods with foundational figures like Joseph Haydn, Wolfgang Mozart, and Beethoven.
1870 to 1900. Blues.
Characterized by low bass notes with a focus on vocals about hardship, struggle, love, loss, and resilience, and derivative of experiences in music sung by enslaved Africans and African Americans. Originating in the deep southern United States among formerly enslaved people working as sharecroppers on plantations after the Civil War. Pioneered by W.C. Handy, Bessie Smith, Robert Johnson, Ma Rainey, and Muddy Waters.
1920s. Country.
Characterized by acoustic instruments and storytelling lyrics that's a combination of folk, blues, and religious music. Originating in the rural southern United States by natives of the land with pioneers such as the Carter family, Jimmy Rogers, Hank Williams, Bob Willis, Bill Monroe, Roy Cuff, and fiddler Eric Robertson.
1900 to 1940. Jazz.
Characterized by improvisation and innovation with an emphasis on weaker beats and a complex harmony with blue notes. Drawing inspiration from blues and originating in New Orleans through the creativity and popular culture of black communities in the area. Pioneered by Buddy Bolden, Jelly Roll Morton, and King Oliver.
1940s. R&B.
Characterized by a faster rhythm with a slow traditional blues style with solo or group vocals accompanied by interventions of a choir. Drawing inspiration from jazz and blues and originating in the United States by African American communities after the Great Migration with pioneers such as Louis Jordan, Chuck Berry, Ray Charles, and Little Richard.
Rock.
Characterized by the use of complex melodies, typically via guitar with energetic rhythms, fixed instrumentation, and anti-authoritarian or provocative lyrics. drawing inspiration from R&B, country, and religious music and originating in the United States by innovating the sound of artist Sister Rosetta Tharpe with pioneers such as Chuck Berry, Little Richard, Fats Domino, Bo Diddley, Elvis Presley, and Buddy Holly.
1950s. Soul.
Characterized by a catchy rhythm with heavy bass lines and syncopated drums, often accompanied by shouts and call and response patterns, with passionate lyrics conveying messages of love, equality, and resilience. Pulling inspiration from R&B and religious music and originating in Georgia when Ray Charles releases the song I Got a Woman, pioneered as well by Sam Cooke, James Brown, Etta James, Aretha Franklin, Little Richard, and Clyde McPhatter.
Pop.
Characterized by catchy melodies, polished production, relatable lyrics, and simple structure, often blending genres and aiming for commercial popularity. Pulling inspiration from rock and originating in the United States and the United Kingdom simultaneously when we see the first pop stars, Bing Crosby and Frank Sinatra.
1960s. Reggae.
Characterized as a happy, repetitive, soft melody style of Jamaican music with an offbeat rhythm and lyrics of political messages and personal struggles favoring peace and aid to the third world. Drawing inspiration from rock and originating in Kingston, Jamaica with pioneers such as Toots Hibbert, Bunny Wailer, Peter Tosh, and of course, Bob Marley.
Funk.
Characterized by a strong, slow, and syncopated rhythm, often groove-oriented, prioritizing rhythm over melody or harmony. Pulling inspiration from soul, jazz, and R&B, and originating in the United States when African-American communities merged existing genres, focusing on a danceable groove. With pioneers such as James Brown, George Clinton, Bootsy Collins, The Meters, and Sly and the Family Stone.
1970s. Electronic.
Characterized as being produced through various types of electronic devices such as synthesizers and keyboards, originating through a multitude of contributions from artists like Robert Moog and Wendy Carlos of the United States, Edgar Varese and Piers Schaeffer of France, Luigi Russolo and Giorgio Moroder of Italy, Leon Theremin of Russia, and Karl-Heinz Stockhausen and Kraftwerk of Germany. Pioneered by artists such as Daft Punk, Depeche Mode, and Tangerine Dream.
Disco.
Characterized as an inclusive genre for escape and celebration with orchestral elements, a syncopated bass line, and a rhythm section, having a dance focus and importance placed on the DJ. Originating in Paris, France, Manu Dibango releases the song Soul Mikasa, then picking up pioneers such as Donna Summer, Giorgio Moroder, Gloria Gaynor, Nile Rodgers, and Chic.
Hip-hop.
Characterized by repetitive rhythmic beats commonly engaging in sampling or altering and repeating portions of another beat, under rhyming poetic speech representing an underserved community, providing social commentary and serving as a foundational block to a wider culture of DJing, MCing or rapping, breakdancing, and graffiti art. Pulling inspiration from funk, disco, jazz, soul, R&B, and reggae, hip-hop originates in the Bronx, New York on August 11, 1973 at a back-to-school party when DJ Kool Herc combines two turntables to merge existing genres and extended the instrumental break into a continuous danceable beat for breakdancers to perform during. This is foundational to the genre. Others soon do the same, helping popularize and pioneer it, including Jazzy J, Grandmaster Flash, and the Grand Wizard.
Impact.
Music sees its first instruments, flutes carved from bone by early humans in the caves of Germany in 43,000 BCE, sees its first bows and harps created by native cultures of Eurasia in 35,000 BCE, become written in musical notes by a Sumerian composer in ancient Mesopotamia in 1400 BCE, have music theory introduced by Confucian scholars in China in 500 BCE, evolve into a fully organized scale system through Gregorian chants in Western Europe in the year 800, see staff notation and solmization, or the do-re-mi system, introduced by Guido d'Arezzo in Arezzo, Italy in 1025, engage in the combination of multiple melodies, creating harmony in Paris, France by Leonin in 1100, open his first public opera house to a paying audience in Venice, Italy in 1637, create and introduce the piano in Florence, Italy by Bartolomeo Cristofori in 1700, see the introduction of public concerts and symphonies with classical music led by John Bannister in London, England in 1740, create and introduce the saxophone in Brussels, Belgium by Adolphe Sax in 1846, craft the first record player by Thomas Edison in New Jersey, USA in 1877, perfecting it with the flat disc record in Washington, D.C., USA by Emily Berner in 1887, have its first radio broadcast made by Reginald Fessenden in Brant Rock, Massachusetts, USA in 1906, collaborate with film in the creation of the first non-silent movie, The Jazz Singers, starring Al Johnson in New York, USA in 1927, patent the electric guitar in Los Angeles, USA by George D. Beauchamp in 1937, introduced the idea of a concept album with Frank Sinatra's album Songs for Young Lovers in Hollywood, USA USA in 1954, have its first music video aired on television to help launch the MTV network in New York, USA in 1981, introduce the CD with Billy Joel's 52nd Street in Japan in 1983, become streamable without a physical disc when Daniel Ek and Martin Lawrenson launched Spotify in Stockholm, Sweden in 2008, becoming the main form of music consumption across the globe in 2017.
Conclusion.
Music, a word of 5 letters containing over 500 genres and subgenres. From bone flutes creating music in a cave of Germany in 43,000 BCE to hip-hop creating music with 2 turntables in the Bronx, New York in the 1970s, with already existing genres aiding in the development of new genres. Music is a universal language serving as a medium for resistance, a vessel for memory, a coping mechanism for emotions, a fuel for movements, and a soundtrack for our collective struggles. When will there be a new genre of music? Well, only time will tell. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. If you learned something new, share the video for others to learn too. If you have any thoughts, suggestions, or recommendations, put them in the comments. Visit the website and cop something to embrace your spark for knowledge. Keep up with Kalonwire between the videos through Reddit, Discord, Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, link in the description below. Become a member of the channel for behind-the-scenes content, input on possible content, and badges depending on your time as a member. Thanks for plugging in. I hope you picked up something new at least, and more is in the works, but for now, it's time to unplug. Much love.